What's going on, everybody? This is Nikko when I say spit.
Decipher my lyrics, nigga. You gonna need a whole team. I'm the one that's only gonna be what he wants.
The inspiration, it was more like just a concoction of ideas coming together to try and make it all fit. At that time, I think I was like really diving into the idea of like just being free and you know, sticking to your path, or like the path that you know feel led to be on. I was like diving even deeper into my own spirituality, and at that point in time I was like overcoming like a bunch of fucking demons. I was really just trying to give it a bright sound to make myself feel better. I've always made music to feel better, so I was trying to make something bright so that I could uplift my own spirits at that time. My family was getting attacked like crazy. When I graduated, I was I had everything mapped out. Things fell apart. I was supposed to move to California and go to school, and like last minute I found out that I wasn't going to be able to go, and you know, from there, at that point, I was lost for like a couple of months. I got contacted by a buzzing producer in DC who you know, was pretty well connected. He had landed some pretty big placements, and I met him I got contacted by him through Reggie Valiant, who's my cousin, who have been working with, you know, making music with since college. And nigga hit me and was like, yo, you know, I really fuck with the sound and want to work. And you know, his manager ended up being like, you know, somebody pretty important in the industry as well. So like it just seemed like, oh shit, like something didn't work out, something even better just opened. And then that fell apart, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was like I was working like a shitty part-time job and you know, just trying to get by, and I was sleeping on my brother's couch. It was like a sense of urgency, I guess, to like make sure everything popped off. And so like in the midst of like traveling back and forth from Richmond to DC to record, and you know, still feeling the effects of like, you know, being, you know, I guess struggling and shit. So that shit fell through, and you know, at that point that was like the closest I felt like I had been to I guess making it. And so I kind of fell into like this pseudo depression. Like I started trying to pull myself out of it, and I ended up getting fired from my job. But no, I just had a rough ass year. So pulling myself out of that depression, pulling myself out of that fucking moment, that was pretty much what inspired the album. I try and invoke feelings and vibes more than necessarily giving like I guess completely solid message. I want you to leave feeling a certain way. When the track ends, I want you to feel better. Even if it's a sad song, somehow I want you to feel better after it's over. My aura so octane, watch me obtain something greater than what y'all would expect. It was pretty much just a braggadocio, like just me saying that I'm really good at what I do. And you know, as an MC, there's always like a competitive aspect, and then there's also like outside of the competitive aspect, there's people that just kind of don't believe that you'll actually make it. Especially where I'm from, Richmond, Virginia. Like the most popular MCs still aren't that popular. Like even like for real within the city, like, you know. So we haven't really seen anybody come out and like have like a top 40 Billboard single or anything like that. Each blessing should be seen as a statement, so make it clear to the supreme being that you're trying to make. That was me just trying to speak to people and pretty much say that I said supreme being instead of God or Jesus or Allah, or, because all in all, like, if you believe in something greater than yourself, you believe in a supreme being, you believe in a oneness. So I was trying to talk to everybody and just say, be grateful for what you have, and pretty much continue to work. Faith without work is dead. I got goals and get offended when people call them dreams, because that means that you think I'm asleep, implying that they're out of my reach. It's from my last Dreamer song. Oh yeah, like I said, I'm from Richmond. I'm from Richmond, and I've got this weird family background, where I'm like, I wasn't raised by my biological mother. So in a sense, I have two moms. I have a mom and a mother. Obviously closer to my mom, who raised me, and her side of the family, I've done like a large spectrum, a bit more conservative. From them, I get more of a, just that whole doubtful advice type. Why are you doing this type of thing? You need to get a job and blah, 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 blah. You need to work, you need to teach, and you need to blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, like, I need to do music. I need to, like, when I work jobs, I need to make sure that I have enough time to work on my music, and more focus is going into my music, so I don't want to necessarily do the things that they have or were implying at the time. I haven't really wanted to do anything else. Pretty much my entire life, I've always identified myself as an MC. I never really wanted to do anything else at all. Demons gonna come at your back. They testing a fight in us, testing the wrong in us, the right in us. Are you gonna bite the dust? That was just saying that shit's gonna happen. Are you gonna quit? Like, that's, yeah. This one's from Dark Humor. My DNA is a God-given recipe. I mean, all of us are special. All of us are unique creatures. All of us are, distinct individuals. So I just recognize that because I'm me, I'm special. Because there isn't anybody else like me. Might be people similar to me, but there's no one else exactly like me. There are no other Nikos like me. You're never gonna meet another me ever. And anybody else that you meet who reminds you, and this is for anybody else that you meet who reminds you of me, is just a reminder. And like I said, that's for anybody else. If I meet somebody who reminds me of you, they're just a reminder of you. They're not you though. Don't we need something to believe in? Trophies was written, I was on Twitter one time after the shit. At this point, I can't even. It's sad to say that I can't even remember who had gotten killed at the time. I can't remember if it was Freddie Gray. I can't remember if it was Trayvon Martin. I can't remember if it was I believe his name Jordan Davis. One of those kids had gotten killed at the time by a police officer, and some rapper. I would say his name, but I honestly can't remember who it was. But on Twitter he had posted, "Don't make no insert unarmed black kid's name song." In other words, don't make any songs dedicated to the killing of this kid, because we don't want to hear that shit. And in my mind, it was like I was so taken aback that this motherfucker said that shit. I was like, damn, that's what it's come to now. That hip hop, a genre that once had songs like Fight the Power and Self-Destruction and Brenda's Got a Baby. Like we too cool to make music uplifting our own people. Hip hop is literally being snatched away, like on a mainstream level, not on a cultural level, because it's just like on a mainstream level, it's being snatched and commercialized. And I wish you had a heart of gold, but you ain't got it, from No Midas. That whole song, I never made a song about the things that I went through as a child with my biological mother. I had never written a song about it. So I decided to just kind of like, once we ended up getting back on good terms, I decided to write a song about how I felt, instead of more so trying to go through the motions. So I just, in that first verse, that's me speaking as about a 8 or 9 year old child, and just talking about how I felt. And in the second verse, I'm actually, like I said, my family's been attacked, so I'm actually speaking through the conscious and sort of through the viewpoint of my little sister, and how I know she feels about my father sometimes. So that second verse is actually for her. So Prophet, if you ever see this, No Midas, that second verse is for you. And the hook itself is called No Midas because even me, I can be a fucked up human being from time to time. Everybody can be fucked up human beings from time to time. We all try to do our best, but sometimes we fall short, and it's like, damn, I wish you had a heart of gold. I wish that shit was perfect, but you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, because especially from a parent standpoint, when you're a child, saw in a movie once, when you're a child, God is spelled M-O-M. And your parents are everything to a certain extent. You kind of you kind of, in a sense, see that they do no wrong. Even if they take things out on you, for a while, you might feel like, damn, you